Just for those of you who don't love Valentine's Day or didn't have a Valentine or feel bad today because people are showing their flowers and their cards and their gifts and all that stuff. Here's the thing, okay? I don't want to say to you it's just a day, because it is not just a day. It's a holiday. It's not a real holiday, but many holidays get really commercialized, and even Christmas is not really about the original meaning of Christmas anymore. It's about spending money and buying gifts and people feeling bad also. And so what I have to say about that is I think it's a day just to remind us to celebrate love. But it could be love of nature, love of yourself, love of your child, love of a friend, love of being alone, just love in general. So I just think, I know the day's over, but I've been thinking about you guys all day because I just don't like when I see people doing like Valentine's hauls and 25 Hermes boxes and a room full of flowers. And I know it's nice, but there's a fine line because there are so many people that are so sad all the time. And then a day like this just puts them out. And it's not necessary. So I think for me, it's a day. I went out to dinner with my daughter. I'm on my annual vacation with her. I love you guys. I love her. I love myself. I love my career. I love humor. I love snowboarding, which I'll do tomorrow, hopefully. And I love being able to talk to you guys on days like today because I just do spend a lot of time thinking about those of you who are feeling bad. It's not necessary. This is not a reason to feel sad. There are many reasons to feel sad. This day is not one of them. Love you guys. There's only one real problem with this holiday. It's not Valentine's. It's not Valentine's 5. It's Valentine's. I don't even know what that is. I think it was a saint. But why is that one letter so hard for people? It's not Pepperidge Farms. It's not lozengers. What the fuck? Be mindful of attachment styles. So if you need to know where you stand at all times and anything otherwise gives you anxiety, that's anxious attachment. And you will often be attracted to someone with avoidant attachment, meaning the closer you get, the further they go. They retreat. Run like a thief in the night. Avoidant attachment is effectively an innate game. So if you don't want to be playing the match their energy game, the dance game, and games never really work. They don't work because they're smoke and mirrors. If you get someone because of a game, it's not reality. Eventually, the game will stop, and then you're just left there with the two people that got to that point based on psychological warfare, which doesn't work. So avoid avoidant. And sometimes they'll make you think like you're crazy. Like, wait, they were just busy for 6 hours. The truth is their subconscious is playing a game with you. They have to like mind fuck somebody to feel good about themselves. I had no idea there would be another season of Handmaid's Tale. I was in mourning. I'm so excited. Elizabeth Moss was my first ever podcast guest. I love her. We're friends in my head and in hers, but like we're friends. We're like BS Hollywood Entertainment friends 2.0. But that's not important because June, wow. June is launching in April. See what I did there? I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose my mind and I think I like it. Let's go make a friggin' caviar baked potato. Dress for the occasion. Say hello to my little friend. This is a brand called Sea Salt Crystals and they have flakes. So now I'm this person. And we butter. We gotta butter the potato, mush it around. Every morsel of the inside has to be mushed. We could stop here, but we damn well are not going to. We need some creme fraiche, some sour cream, cream cheese. You do you, boo. We could stop here, but we ain't going to. Kaluga Hybrid. Yumshkis. I want to lick every single pearl. Now, nobody gets left behind. I'll dig everyone out. This is good. Whole eggs and they're davoon. This is my backup. Salmon roe, aka ikura, in a sushi restaurant. Those are salt balls. So I'm not gonna put this on the same part as the other. I'm gonna put it like on its own side. Can you see? Right, because it's like church and state, but one little tin wasn't enough for this whole potato, and I'm gonna save the other tin because I'm gonna be on a semi-private plane tomorrow. I'll explain, you'll see. I'm trying not to flex, it's not a flex. I mean, it's a flex, but it's not a flex. And I'm gonna bring the tin of caviar on there to be a not so basic bitch. She bangs. Many of you are asking me to talk about Wendy Williams, so I will. So I've met Wendy a bunch of times. I've done her show. And I want to tell you this. Her show is a syndicated show, which is different than like a network show where you're just listening to sort of one boss. When you have a syndicated show, you have 1,000 bosses all across the country, every small market of stations, of TV stations. So it could be like in Iowa, in Alabama, I don't know. Everybody has an opinion. They're coming at you with like, oh, your top is too short, your skirt is too high, your lip gloss is too red, and it's a lot of pressure. And the big money is where the syndication is. Now, someone like Kelly Ripa is on a network show. I don't think that's syndicated. I don't know. But anyway, Kelly Ripa has like a great job, and that's like a safe and reasonable environment. Like she has like a great work-life balance. That's rare as a talk show host. Okay. I feel like Kelly Clarkson and Drew Barrymore are doing a good job. So is Jimmy Fallon, of keeping some version of sanity and a normal life. But let me tell you something, it's not a joke. So the Wendy Williams group that she was doing the talk show for, I have met with them and I know the space fairly well because I had a talk show and it was a syndicated talk show. So here's what goes on. Wendy, it worked for her to do the hot topics, to talk kind of back to trash people every day. That was what was the most successful part about her show. And it was relentless. And it would be like, you wouldn't even really want to go on there because it's just like, what do we need this for? After she already trashed me, now they're asking us to come back. And you have to be really unhappy to kind of do that every day for years, that job, because everybody's pulling at you. Everyone's pulling at you for 1,000 things. When we come back, up next, 2 shows a day. Let's do the holiday segment. Let's show the Clorox check. Let's give away the giveaway. Let's give away the big check for the person who won the competition. And people are on you like a pit crew from 7 o'clock in the morning. 6 o'clock in the morning. It's relentless. It's a nightmare. So you walk into that studio and there's several people with a clipboard, producers for the individual segments, the producer for the overall show, what went wrong. You have to send messages to individual station groups. It is pressure central. Ellen went through this too. And so it's impossible to be happy. And I only did it for 1 year. They've done it for so many years. And the reason they keep doing it for so many years is that every year that it succeeds, you make so much money. You could start off at $1 million a year. You could end up making $30 million a year. Rachel Ray, it took a toll on her. It definitely took a toll on Wendy. I mean, it takes a toll on everyone. It's like you're kind of doing that just because it's so much money if you are successful at it. If you can do it for a couple of years, that's when you start making real money. It could be like $5-10 million. But at what price? Because it's a nightmare. And I believe that something like that could drive someone crazy who's already, going through something. And what my understanding was from going to that show was that her husband was controlling. He was sitting in the back, but he was pulling all the strings, and he was a lot of pressure. And I think there were a lot of substance issues, and it's just a pressure cooker. And so what has happened to Wendy Williams is not a massive surprise to me as someone who experienced that for 1 year, but for another summer working with Ellen and doing it in LA for a year or 2 on the road show when you're trying to sell it. Just I got an understanding of it, and I know most of the parties involved. Okay, I'm going to tell you the truth about these Groons gummy supplements because they've asked to work with me, and I've now been taking them for a couple of weeks. I talked about them in another video on YouTube, I think, but now I've really leaned in. Okay, so these are the Groons Superfoods Greens Gummies, sugar-free. There are 8 in here. And the story is that the science behind it is that they couldn't fit all of what they would need in a gummy vitamin in one or two, so it's in 8, so it's a little packet, which I like. And they have more accurate dosing and get more vitamins and minerals in than any other. And I don't like taking pills. The only ones I'll take are for my hair, and I have to muster it up, but I like a vitamin, but I've always thought they're candy, except these. And they taste slightly sweet, but like in a manageable way, meaning it's not candy, it's not covered in sugar, but it's kind of a little treat. And then these are called Nootrops, functional nootropics gummies. This says cognition, energy, brain health, mood, gut health, and sleep. I have been sleeping well. And this says cognition, beauty, recovery, immunity, energy, gut health. Okay, here's what I didn't realize about them. They're excellent for your digestion, like a cleanse. So start slow and you decide. I take one of each packet and it's extremely effective. Look at my skin, like I've been sleeping well. I love these. I love them so much I've traveled with them. But if you are sensitive in the digestion area, go easy. But these are excellent. I actually would work with them because I have never found gummies ever that I've loved. And I wanted to do them myself and I couldn't formulate it right. So they have hit the nail on the head. Okay, let me know what you think.
But I really don't. I do like it. I don't want it. I don't want it. But Edgar's, who I said their strawberry cake was great, they are doubling down and they need me to try their chicken salad. This is when it gets dangerous. This is when you fuck yourself, okay? This is when you fuck yourself. It's got some pieces of some onion. It's got... Everybody thinks they're good at chicken salad and not everybody is. It's big and shreddy. Wow. The chicken has been hickory smoked. There's a sweetness, like a barbecue chicken flavor. This is good. It's got Zatarain's mustard. It's got some. This is Gigi. Heavy on the mayo, Gigi, though. I'll tell you that. Like, you could, if you dipped anything in this much mayonnaise, it would probably taste good. Gigi. It's nice, but I'm not kicking this chicken salad out of bed for eating crackers. In fact, I would suggest it eats crackers. It goes well together. All right, Edgar. I like you because this shook me because I wasn't expecting good things. You put your ingredients under here. Chicken mayo. Where is it? Where is it? Brown mustard seed. Molasses, sugar. I told you barbecue. I mean, the Lord's, I know my shit. Molasses and brown sugar and vinegar. Yeah, they made like a barbecue inside the mixture. It's Devon.
Outfit to go to dinner with Bryn. This hat I bought on like a Farfetch or a Vestiaire or something like that. Okay. This is a turtleneck dress. I have other turtleneck dresses, but this one has a flare. Can you see? Like it has a flare. I know I'm giving witch a little with the shoe fits. Okay, I've got this dupe belt. Rainbow. I've got a flexible diamond ring. I can wear rings on whatever fingers I want. I've got the tricolor, and I've got, for Jewelry University, a good, nice tricolor stack. But this is the same as the hat. I've never worn the hat before. Okay, this I do because I don't want to lose my gloves. I think it's smart. Got a black scarf. Oh, my shoes are from 1,000 years ago, Giuseppe Zanotti. They have a gold detail. So they're sort of like elevated ski boots. They have fur here. I don't know why I've never worn them a lot. Like they're not really worn that much. I'm doing gold mostly. And then I've got this hooded, cute coat. The scarf is because it's too cold out for just the coat. Bye. Absolutely brilliant of SNL to invite and include Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively to lean into the humor. They are the epicenter of pop culture. It is the zeitgeist, bullseye. And for Ryan and Blake to participate is nothing short of genius because the only way to weather a storm is to go straight through it. And as I keep saying, no one knows what actually happened. So all of the speculation is tricky and risky business, but that was very smart. Bravo. People always ask me, how do I have the glowy look? I exfoliate. Exfoliation is a step that people do not do enough, and it's really a year-round step. In the winter, it's good to prevent from dry skin. In the summer, it's good because your skin gets completely clogged with SPF and sweat. L'Oreal Bright Reveal. It does not burn, but it does
tingle. The scent is giving medical and the tingle is giving effective. I love being a L'Oreal partner because they are constantly innovating. So you put a few drops on, you wait 15 minutes and then wash it off. It's like a professional peel in a bottle. It's unlike any other drugstore product I've ever tried, and certainly unlike any other L'Oreal product that they've ever done. Want to see the bright reveal? Look how glowy my skin is. Chef's kiss. Let's talk about not drinking. So I haven't had anything to drink in probably in 3 months, okay? There's no problem. There's no major reason besides health. That's a major reason, health. So I'm in Aspen, and you guys have seen me blow up and get really swollen and deformed from the altitude. I'm usually so dehydrated. I can't handle it. And I've been here for, I think it's 3 days, and I feel good. And I think it's because I haven't been drinking. And I also realized that while sometimes it can be not boring. It's not boring. It's just that it's not insane. Some of the drunk stories are insane. And I like that balance. I like that. But also when you don't know if you're really happy or not, it's hard to be I'm not happy. But I feel I always feel kind of solid. I'm not thrilled. Life isn't perfect all the time, but I always feel kind of balanced. It's just a level. The levels are what really changes from not drinking. That's the thing. It doesn't mean I'll never drink again. I like a cocktail more than anyone. It just means I'm letting you know what goes on. And I like it. I like it. And it feels kind of like an accomplishment. And I feel healthy and I look good and all that stuff. So anyway.
Many of you are aghast that I said SNL was nothing short of brilliant for inviting Blake and Ryan. I stand behind that because they're about eyeballs. For 50 years, they've been producing a show that gets backlash the day after, that has questionable characters on the show and in the audience. They know exactly what they're doing. Put that to the side, talk about Blake and Ryan. You are all saying that it's disrespectful because of what's at hand, which I validate that. That makes sense. I do not think that they are trying to play to the court of public opinion. It won't hurt them in their case. It's years after the film was shot. So the judge isn't going to be oh, you went out to something within your industry. And the reason that they're going out within their industry is not because they're trying to get you to like them. That's never going to happen. That's a sunk cost. That is already done. You're not turning. You guys don't like them, period. They know that. They're there because that's the core of their industry. In that room is being at the Met Gala, the Vanity Fair party. That room is where decisions get made, roles get booked, relevance is sustained. And they want to look at their peers and be we're still here. That's just them. That's just the people. Because you guys also dragged Jennifer Lopez to infinity. And what did she do? She looked hot, she got dressed up, she went out, she pushed through. And there are two people that I can think of that you know of that you guys have also gone after hard on here. And I have personally given them the advice, push through, just push through. There's another actor that said to me that they thought that they were getting canceled, and what do? And I said to them, I told them exactly what to do. So I'm just going to tell you that they went into that room because this week, Ari Emanuel, the one who the Entourage Ari was based after, he's one of the top 5 most powerful people in entertainment. And he stood out and said, I'm Team Blake and Ryan. To them, that says, oh, okay, we're still here and we're not going anywhere. It may not be entirely true, but they are in that room to solidify their status in Hollywood, not to make people on TikTok and Instagram like them.
You're always asking me about the cleansing steps. How come we never did them together? Okay, I don't do the same thing every night, okay? But this is a night that I came home from having makeup on. I have my Elemis cleansing balm, okay? I am away on vacation, and I brought a lot of small samples. So I always like to use some version of a washcloth or a sponge or something to really get the makeup out of the pores, okay? Because just your hands doesn't work. It really doesn't. That's not my opinion, that's a fact. Then any cleanser. This happens to be the Elemis cleanser, but you can use so many cleansers. You're rinsing it off. You don't want one that strips your skin, and you don't want one that leaves a film on, but there are many good cleansers, okay? I am fixated on making sure all the makeup is out of the pores.
that is why I think I have such good skin. And I don't always use the sponge and the washcloth by any means, but I just wanted to kind of show you. So I had already cleansed and rinsed my face. This is what I'm trying to say. You gotta double cleanse, sometimes triple. Gotta get all the crap out. Then I use either a cleansing pad, like a toner pad, or a toner. There are different functional toners. And this is where I really find out how well I cleansed my face. Pretty well, but not great. Like, and that's why you don't want to use too harsh one. Like you don't want, especially if you have sensitive skin, but like you don't want to be like stripping your skin with alcohol, but you got to get all the makeup out. And every time I go get a facial, I'm the most diligent person ever. She sees so much makeup in the microdermabrasion little pads. She'll be like, that's all makeup, and I think I'm getting it all off. So imagine what you're doing or not doing. Then while your face is still like wet from the toner, a serum. During the day, it could be vitamin C. At night, something that's retinol or just something that feeds the face and hydrates. Listen to your skin. You know what it needs. You're gonna start to learn what it needs. If you've just gotten off a plane, you might need like a balm because you need it to be hydrating, or if you're getting on a plane. If you've just been like sweating and using SPF, then I use under eye cream, then you need something different. And then I use a good heavy moisturizer because I like to feed the face, but nothing that's gonna clog the pores. And you have to make sure to massage the product in. You know, just put it on your face. I always put it on my hands. Always. The neck. Back this way.
Meghan Markle can't win for losing. So you guys were irritated that trailer for her show was perfect, like Martha Stewart, real simple perfect. And then you were irritated that she was super all natural, describing her new brand coming out where the name has changed from, I guess, American Orchard to As Ever. And I think the reason she can't win for losing is that there is a lack of identity and understanding as to exactly who she is to the audience. Like first we're in Montecito and it's all perfect, which would have been fine. Commit to the bit because they do live in, I think, like a $23 million house in Montecito, and it is pretty pristine. So commit to that bit. But I feel like because of a reaction from you guys, now it's more natural and just delivering really unfiltered, fresh out of bed content. And that is turning people off because they're like, wait, what happened to the perfect content? And then the name changed to Ever After. Someone on social media said it's because it was denied. The trademark was denied. So rather than just tell the true story, it's like another reason why the brand is called something else. And I think what's going on is since the two of them left the monarchy, they've never been able to really get their footing because there's an identity issue. Like who she used to be pre-royal to who she wants to be post-royal, what his role was as a royal to what his role is now as a post-royal. And I think it's not a branding issue, and I think it's an identity and an authenticity issue. But it's hard for people to be authentic when they're not really sure on their own who they are or what it is. And you can never let the market decide what you do or what you sell or what you produce. Like even in product, I never let what a partner or a retailer tells me I have to do dictate what I have to do. What I want to do is inside. And that's what I think the problem is. They just want everyone to like them so badly and to be accepted and to figure out who they are and what their identity is, that they're flailing, and it never lands with you guys. You guys are just too emotionally intelligent and too good at branding, marketing, and just understanding the human psyche. No one can get anything past you guys.
I'm unwell over this sandwich.
Jersey Mike's kicks everyone's ass.
Well,
Like, it is giving Jersey. It's giving, I'll fucking kick your ass because my sandwich is better than yours, okay? Whole wheat roll. tuna, lettuce, sliced onion, tomato, relish, banana, peppers, dill pickles. And I don't like a lot of crab on my sandwich. It's a refreshing, crispy, delicious, pretty healthy sandwich. Jewelry University, dirt cheap. It may as well be free jewelry. Okay. So this I got at H&M. Now, it's light, which is great because if it was a real necklace with this look, it would be so heavy. This looks expensive. Remember, everything I do is always going to be something that you would think is expensive if I were wearing this. This looks expensive. Even the color, the tone of the gold looks expensive. This is great. I've worn this out to like major real events. I'm obsessed with it. I think this is called like the Gucci link or something. It's got a name to it. You guys don't know, but it's not the Cuban link. There's a name for this, but I'm obsessed with this, okay? This Bryn bought me at Target. People have asked me if it is Van Cleef, or it's even the chain is even like a paperclip chain. Okay, Bryn got this for me. It's got these little diamonds around it. She got it for me. I forgot for what. And it's amazing. Like, it's so beautiful. And the meaning is a whole deal. But like Target, okay? These were dollars from Topshop years ago. They haven't even tarnished years ago. And the purpose of this is to show you, don't get caught up in it. If you have a good eye, or I'm here to help you have a good eye, you can make things look really expensive. Now, I would wear these simple, just like with a black dress and like simple ring or something. I wouldn't clutter it up. But like, how cute are they? They're inspired by probably the ones that say Chanel or Chanel. I don't know. They say hello, which is even cuter than saying Chanel. So I love it.
Aspen gas station tuna. Well, you know I'm a tuna queen. I'm a chicken salad queen. It's important to be queen of the mayonnaise salads. Okay, I bought this because it was a bougie gas station, mini mart, and because it was all white, no trash in here. Let's see. I have a good feeling. Why? $6.99. This is bizarre. This is excellent. This is as good as Siddell's. Why? Gas station tuna and the Mexican restaurant, Mexican corn with the shrimp are the two best bites in this town. Besides Angelo's, which was excellent. Wow. Shook. There are 2 million influencers in Aspen. They need to go to the gas station and tell you how good this is.